Oh wait, we could pull it up in the TV on there. In the youth room, we could pull it up and be like, hey, there's Finley! We had one game on TV last year and then I got to go to the news station. Because we were like the Friday night game. So I got to go to WXI. Oh, and like, we got to like be on TV.
I'm in awe of what you did when you saved me. Every flaw and every sin you forgave me. You cleaned me up, wrapped in your love and you healed me up. Hooked to your heart and you reeled me up. Give me faith and you seal me up. So take these hands, I'm opening up for you. I know I can stand rooted down and I'm so true. Alone, not through a mind of my own. Wanted to prove myself and do so well, but now I know I can never live without your love. All that you've given is enough. So wait, step back, gotta refocus. Look down at the blessings I'm holding. I'm gonna rest cause I know it, but I'ma need you to take these hands I'm holding them out for you. I know I can stand rooted down and I'm so true. Into the
we got a great crowd. We got a great lesson plan here around right around 7-ish. Okay, so right now we're going to eat, fellowship. All right, please make sure you're cleaning up your trash and all that stuff. Okay, where is he? Right here. Good. All right. So I'm going to have Kenzie. She's going to pray for our meal. Okay? Where's she? All right, Kenzie.
Okay, y'all, let's pray. Dear God, we come to you tonight with open hands and open hearts, God. We just thank you for bringing us here, and we thank you for everything you've given us. We thank you for the time of just fellowship with one of our, best friends. Well, not one of them, all of them. And we just, we just love you, God, and we just thank you for bringing us all here, and we just thank you for people you surround us with and the love that you surround us all with. And we just thank you for all the things you do in our lives, and just pray for the people that are, going to be starting school soon or doing something exciting soon, God. You just protect them, keep them safe, and give them the courage to keep going, God. We just thank you for everything you do. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. All right, where's Kenzie first?
I guess.
I got Jerry. I got Cam.
Save that. Send that to me later. All right, don't save that. Who won? Who's picking me up?
I like that one. That's crazy. Mackenzie! Mackenzie! Are we doing it? Yes, we're doing it. Okay. Mackenzie, what's going? Hey! Whoa, buddy! What are you doing? What? I was not. See, that's why you shouldn't have drove. And that's why you should have wore your knee brace. Allie. That's what my knee brace. That's what you have paint in your hair thing. I know, I probably do. It's yeah. No, you actually have paint in your hair. So you actually do. Wow, that's Taylor. Jack's playing. Who is that?
Over here next. Wait, you and Meredith, y'all are over here. So wait.
Am I ever here?
All right, y'all ready?
Yes.
We're gonna have a tournament to see who wins.
It's the back.
All right, only one of you can guard the flag.
Oh, we're playing captain flag. Nobody talk to me. Hey! 10 through 12! Get over here! I ain't playing. I'm trying to win this game now. Kind of competitive, but it's okay. But not really. Yes, I am.
Okay, I'll hold down the. Okay, we're playing.
You're over here! You're playing the game! Charlie!
sorry about it, please.
Wait,
Oops. Yeah, he's at 25 weeks at the stage. He keeps getting
Okay, simple.
he goes to GCC, but he went to RCC for like 2 years.
Sounds pretty good. No, we're playing. You have to go get that thing.
Good, only one person guard.
Mwah. You gotta turn it into a prince now.
Oh my gosh, I know what you actually what did he do?
No.
Please don't attack me. I'm just gonna jump right on your face.
I know. My cherry now.
Come over on this side, it's a better view. Break your house with the rod.
He's doing the correct dodge.
Yeah, he's gonna jump right in your mouth.
Baby,
Sorry. Why don't they break their legs when they do that?
huh?
Drop my.
Why don't they break their legs when they fall like that?
Because they have like a special fiber in their legs along with bugs.
What are we playing? I don't get what we're playing. Where are we playing? Oh, yeah.
And I dropped it.
Jerry!
Jerry, I bet you're tired from getting dropped.
I think he's not really being dropped, he's
Jumping. He's jumping out.
jumping out.
You caught a frog? Can I hold it?
Careful.
Don't squeeze me.
We don't.
Excuse me.
And then I saw his face.
You don't
Like,
have to
keep
tell
up
me
with
because
And I knew you would drop him too.
You don't want to squeeze them, dude. Y'all were literally squeezing them.
Juniors. Juniors.
Yeah, let's go, Junior. Yeah.
I want a junior now. I feel like I was just a junior. You gotta eat it. You gonna eat that frog? Morgan, what is it? It's a frog?
I took it for the camera.
I'm a
Don't
junior now.
actually kiss it. No, that.
Please kiss it.
No, don't actually.
Do it.
Morgan!
What frog?
What's happening?
All right, capture the flag.
What, tag him?
Yeah, if they come on your side, you tag them, they have to go back. Okay? Safe. All right, ready. Remember, only one person guards the base. One? Remember the flag, Dylan. The flag has to get back to your base. It has to get back to your base. Yeah, and then you reset it. Okay, you got it? Yes, you can toss it once you have it in your
Can't
possession.
climb over a wall or the table.
You can toss it if you have it in your possession. Ready?
I watched you. You struggled.
Set.
Hey, watch him.
Look at them corners down there, y'all. I don't know how your defense is.
Watch
Billy. Offense is real.
Y'all look very offensive.
How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa! He's in high school! Birth certificate, please! Let's go!
19 something.
Ready? Set.
Go.
Go.
Watch out.
Oh, go back, Dylan. Just a half point.
500.
Got him. Go back. Go back with the flag. Good. Go back with the flag.
I like your shoes.
1,500!
Nate, get in the groove.
1,000!
Oh! Get to your hole. Oh! Got him.
No!
Yes.
Oh, I got you!
Good try. All right, reset. Reset.
Wait, what was the one I caught?
Who's on defense? You're fired.
Ready.
telling me to play better. Why didn't you tag anybody? I tagged 2.
I need a
Hey, no cheats in this game, boy. Fair and square is how we play. Fair and square. It is really hot. Okay.
Watch Dylan. Go!
Watch out, Kizzy.
Boy, so I got some more. Dang. Boy, you better get back. Get him! Sir! Ah, sir!
Oh, get in the base! Get in the base!
I got him!
Oh, yeah!
Go ahead and run across.
You gotta get it to your base!
Atta boy, Jacob! Dan, you can just leave it there. Too much cardio.
He's on this side.
Yeah, but are you safe if you are? Are you safe if you're in the other team's face or no? No. Yeah, don't take it. I did it.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Alright, Dave, we're ready. We got a game plan.
Hey.
We got a game plan.
Oh, you're ready. Ah! Who's letting Finley come tackle me? No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
If he tackles you, you won't have to go to school next week.
I'll be concussed. Yeah, I missed my first day of geometry. Yeah, not good.
Yes! Go! That's your one!
No winner yet!
Hey, let's go. Swarm around.
Hey.
Let's go, Billy! Billy, she tagged you.
Finley, she tagged you.
She tagged you a long time ago, bro.
What you doing? Who needs a substitute?
Now we got it. Hey, come on.
Where do we go? Where are we going?
Go.
Come on, Jonathan, go! I got him!
Dad, can I sub for somebody?
Reset.
Nice shooters, man.
No, we got it. We're good.
We are good. We never stop fighting.
Hey, hold it. I'm in the game.
Hey, we'll take Hunter. Dave, put Hunter on our team.
Y'all, how many are we even? Let's see. Emma, 1, 2, 3.
Wait, get Colton over here. Get Colton over here.
Hey, Dave, let's go out.
No, it's fine.
Come on, Dave.
Jeremiah, what is the youth?
Set.
Why?
Are you on defense?
Yeah.
Go!
Come on, Pocket, come on.
Thank you. Oh, he got my hat. I did. Got him. Come here, buddy. All right. Watch out.
All right, come on, we got it, y'all.
Hey, watch out, Colton.
Hey, good try, brother. Yeah, however long it takes you to stand it up.
Just chunk it. I'm right here.
Hey,
Hey, Dylan, get out behind you.
Get him!
Go.
Dang it! You goof!
I'm done good stuff.
Jerry, if you see somebody popping in that way, you better tag him. Come on, Jacob, Jacob, go get Jacob, I'm serious.
I got you, Dylan. I tagged you, boy.
Go, go.
No,
I tagged her. He tagged her.
you didn't tag me.
Yes, I did, yeah, I
When
tagged
did
her.
you tag me?
Your hair was like,
All right,
I
good
got your hair
team.
for sure.
Good job.
Oh yeah, you got ahead.
I would have called it.
You gotta keep going. Get him a slide right here.
I wasn't going to hit you. Are we good? Penny now?
Sub.
I gotta catch my breath. I'm being strong for my team. Just kidding. It's. What's she doing? What's she doing?
Ready?
Hold on, hey, I gotta get my team together. Hold on.
Hey, I'm your team.
I gotta get my team together. Oh, wait, what side am I on, Dave? Am I on the same side? Am I on the same
I'm
side?
staying in my zone.
Hey, I gotta get my team
This side,
together.
this way.
I get my team together. Let's go. All right, I'm the coach. Hey, everybody huddle up. Everybody huddle up. Hey, catch the cameras. Huddle up!
All right, look at your teammates right now.
Guys, huddle up.
Let's go with everybody. You get the ball. Get out of here. You just tag defense.
Bye, boy.
All y'all be like,
Defense. There you go. Be behind you. What is this? All right, we're just
Oh,
gonna
you
get
have to go into where it falls and they won't notice.
Thank you. Hey, Mr. Fisher.
Not the David.
How much time we got left? Hey, plenty of time.
I know why you think you're gonna win without sports mode, but okay. She crazy. She ain't putting her Crocs in sports mode. Yes, sir. Pansy is ready. Maybe. I might be ready. We're playing football? Go!
Yes,
sir.
Get up!
Puck it, throw it!
Got it! Got it! I got it! I got it! Yeah,
my teammate.
Sit down, it's us, that's us. It's ours, we got it, Good job.
Hey, Jacob, I have one!
reset.
Jacob! Go where you belong. Go where you belong. Go! The other side!
Defense, guys, good defense. Hey, is there anything in those trash cans? I bet I'll hit the hose.
All right, ready?
What are you doing? What team are you on?
Oh, so close.
Hey, I need more defense back here.
someone over here.
Y'all need to
Wait,
I'm trying to throw it again.
offense. Defense,
There's
offense.
people on their side, dude.
Come.
Devin, you're on our team.
Go.
Tack.
I got that.
Stay away from me. Stay away from me.
Get it, Billy.
I got you. I got you. Watch behind me. Gotcha.
Oh my God.
I got you. You smacked him. I got his head, but
Yeah, that hurt.
not you.
I didn't.
Get him. I got him. He's out. I got him. Maddie got him. Hey, Dave. Maddie tagged him. I got him. I hit his shoulder. Hey, Maddie, watch out. Hey, come back. Back. Go.
Look at our side. I ain't gotta go.
Reset.
Bye, Dylan. You have to go back. Hey, Tim. No, I'm not.
You're on the right side. Go.
He was just like that. Oh, shoot. A rat. Behind you.
Guys. 300 TV.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Gotta go, Emma. Get your dad. Get your dad. Get your dad, Emma. Hey, Dad, get him.
Got him. Yes, so fast. Butterfly.
He's so close and so far.
Stay away from me, JC. Stay away.
Hey, she, get on
Every time he tries. No! You look
Emma,
at
you go after your dad, girl.
You're back.
This is literally impossible.
I'm standing here.
Get away. Stay away from me. Go, Jacob, go!
Alright, get the cones. Okay, good. Also, tonight, as we've talked about before in the past, it's important. Many of you, sometimes struggle with praying in front of a group or talking in front of a group. Kind of normal part of your adolescence and growing up. But tonight we have a young man who has, I remember when he started with us, and he'll probably tell you some of this too, he would talk about how he was kind of lost. He was kind of out there and he got a lot of these different beliefs, he got a lot of things going on. And I remember what Kaiser said to me, and he kept coming and he kept coming, and we're not that youth group that like shoves it down your throat and says, you have to believe what we believe. No, we're family, and so we believe in Jesus Christ, and like the pastor said this morning, we have a relationship with him, and so that relationship builds. And so for someone to stand up in front of the group and do a devotion is a big deal. Some of you guys had it a few weeks ago when we were on vacation. I guess that was last week. And then the week a few times before when Abby Morgan did it. So it's important. It's important. But he wrote this. I got to brag on him real quick because he wrote out what he was going to talk about. He said, Dave, here, I want you to see this. He gave it to me last Sunday. And I said, all right, I'll check it out. And so I did. Perfect handwriting. Absolutely beautiful. No misspelled words. Everything capitalized. And he took the time to write it out. We don't do that anymore. We don't take the time to write things anymore. It's on your computer. It's via your phone.
You write it down.
Literally. Right.
You had fun.
Yes.
You take a resistor.
Meredith, you wore off.
So anyway, it's very important, and I tell my middle school students this when I'm counseling them, and I've told y'all this before, they get shocked when I tell them to write a letter to someone they really need to connect with, like a family member or a friend, because when you write it by hand, it takes time, and it means more than just some random text. So, if you ever want to connect with someone and you kind of lost touch with them, write them a letter. Handwrite it. But anyway, I'm very, very proud of what he's going to share tonight and the lesson that he's going to go into. So I will turn it over to Mr. Kaiser.
Well, good.
Hi, my name is Logan. If you don't know me, I'm the very sarcastic, extroverted individual that never stops eating. That's me. Hi. Please forgive me, my voice cracks and I stutter a lot. So that will more than likely happen at least once or twice during this. Now, unlike the people that have done devotions before me, I'm not starting with Bible verses. Instead, I'm going to start by talking about avocados. Now, you're probably thinking that I'm insane. Why is he talking about avocados? Well, here's the thing. As we all know, avocados go great with everything. We have them on pizzas, salads, smoothies. But I'm not here to talk about why avocado smoothies taste so good, unfortunately. I'm here to talk about how much we and avocados have in common. As we all know, avocados have a giant seed in the middle, right? Now, I personally have always thought of the seed as the soul, unlike how most people think of it as the offspring, because that's how more fruit, vegetables, whatever, are made. I think of it as the soul. And I'll admit it, I didn't start thinking of it as the soul until about a month ago. The reason I think of it as the soul is because even damaged seeds can grow and bear fruit. And I don't know the specific Bible verse. I'm sorry, Dave. I know I'm disappointing you right now.
No, you're not.
But in the Bible, it says that a good tree will not bear bad fruit, and a bad tree will not bear good fruit, and some catchy cliche like that. But if it's damaged and it's a bad seed, how is it bearing healthy fruit? Well, without getting into science, this is all symbolism. What I think happens is that the seed went through some form of redemption, and the seed symbolizes our soul. And the avocado is us. Don't ask why I chose an avocado. I just chose an avocado, okay? No specific reason. So, we all here have gone through something. In the Bible, once again, I don't know the specific verse, it says we will go through tough times. It doesn't say we might go through tough times. It says we probably will go through tough times. It says we will go through tough times. That's a absolutely, you will suffer. Wow, how dark. You're welcome. So, we all went through tough times, and I don't know all of your stories. I don't know what you've all gone through and what you're going through. But I can tell that everybody here has seen Jesus. That's not a question. Everybody here has at least seen him once. Doesn't matter how many times you see him. It just matters that you see him once. There's no specific number, no specific score you need to seek redemption with him. This little seed that was damaged clearly saw Jesus before it bore fruit. I don't know if bore was how you pronounce that, but oh well. Now the question is, did it redeem itself through Jesus, or did it redeem itself through worldly things? Now, the majority of you are probably expecting me to say, oh, he redeemed itself, or she, through Jesus. That definitely happened, otherwise it couldn't bear good fruit. Well, yes, but it could appear like good fruit and trick us all into thinking that is good fruit, when it's actually rotten inside because it decided to try to redeem itself through Instagram, Snapchat, social media, TV, that comedy show that you shouldn't be watching because of the contents. So yes, it looks like good fruit, but it's not. And we all were damaged. We all were, some of us even broken, shattered. But if Jesus could heal lepers and the blind, why couldn't he heal a broken seed? There's nothing he can't do. So there's no limit that says he can't do that. And when we redeemed ourselves, we saw him.
the majority of us that went to Caswell 2 years ago decided to get baptized, and it was great to see in Meredith's idea. I was one of those people. It was the best decision of my life. Two youth, I'm not going to say their names, told me that I was the last person that they'd expect me to go up there. And I asked them why. Kind of ignored them, but I also asked why later on. Or at least I asked one of them why. That person said because I had a twisted sense of humor, I tended to be cool, and I was sketchy, mysterious. Well, I do have a twisted sense of humor. But cruel? I used to be. I used to think that the only way to get through life was to take advantage of people. You had to take advantage of people to go through life. That was the only way. There's no other way getting through. I truly believed that. It wasn't I thought about it, no, I believed it. So did my father. I got him in prison for life. He did some stupid stuff. So, after I moved in with my aunt and uncle, I decided that was how it worked. I decided that the only way to get through life was to take advantage of people. There's a little image that's pretty popular of a bunch of crabs in a boiling pot, but instead of working together to escape, they drag each other down, thinking that they can pull themselves up while they're dragging them down, but they're not going up, they're just pulling the others down, having them suffer with them. Ring, ring. Thank you. Listen to Aiden. I know, right? Oh man, you're good. Alright.
Go ahead, keep going. You're in a good spot.
So, and I brushed that little image off when I first heard of it. This is really lovely. Let's just enjoy that for a quick second. When I first heard of that, I brushed it off like that's just a bunch of metaphors and similes and whatnot. No real meaning to it, just there to make you think, to provoke you. And yeah, it was there to make you think, but provoke you? I don't think so. Not anymore, at least. So, the first time that I ever came here was the VBS before last. 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago. Sorry. That was actually before those two rooms were one room, so it was pretty interesting remembering that. A wall in between what I think of a home now. It was in the part with
The youth room.
yeah.
The youth room used to be 2 rooms, and now it's only one.
They knocked down the wall in the middle.
I'm kind of thankful for that too.
I am too. Got a little hot that little one room.
So it was in the part with the pool table and the 2 hockey tables, although we only really used one of them.
That is true.
You're not wrong.
Because the other one was
So I was a little over 13 years old. Like I said, when Meredith was doing her devotion, that I was cutting myself thinking I was suicidal. I wasn't suicidal, I was just looking for attention. And it's not every day that you hear someone admit that. And I'm glad that I'm able to admit that. Because I think it proves to myself that I'm willing to admit my flaws. And Kelly was doing her lesson. And I think it was, what was it? It was an Antarctica.
Yeah, we made it igloo.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was so
remember. Does anyone else remember
I
that?
remember.
Yeah. So, I'm not going to say the name of who this person was, but I hold no grudge against them. You call my name? Do I? Sorry. I hold no grudges against this person. I can say their name because I didn't ask for permission like I intended to, and I'm not gonna ask now because then you all know who that person was regardless if they say no or yes. But I was there, not believing in God, questioning everything. And I mean everything. Not just when it came to Christianity, but like why things even exist, like scientific reasons. Trying to find some loophole to this multi-religious reality that we live in. I couldn't find it. Sometimes I felt like I was really close, but then I think of something else that completely countered it. Kelly was doing her lesson in that dark room with the little igloo. That amazing igloo. And I heard someone that I know. That person's like a sibling to me. They said, Logan said he doesn't believe in God. I ignored that person the first time. That person was in the back. Everyone seemed to ignore him. A few more minutes into the lesson, that person says it again, only louder. Logan said he doesn't believe in God. And I didn't technically say that though. I said I questioned it. I didn't say I didn't believe it. But the truth was I actually didn't. And a lot of people will say I don't believe in God, I didn't believe in God, and they actually questioned it and they thought about it. Me personally, I believe that I actually just completely lost hope in it and didn't believe at all. It's not like I avoided it, otherwise I wouldn't have came in the first place. I came actually just to get away from my family. At that time, we had some major issues, but I might touch a little bit on that later. Then finally that person says it the third time, and I think it was Kelly that gave him a mother glare. Me? I think so.
Never.
I think it was
Yeah.
you. I had someone. I'm not sure. And that person was quiet until the very end of it. And then that person decides went from, crisscross like an angel to getting on their knees trying to get taller than everyone else. Logan said he doesn't believe in God!
I love that reenactment. I wasn't even there.
And I turned around and I told that person to shut up because that made me angry. It wasn't the fact that they said something that I didn't say. It was the fact that they did everything in their power to get everyone's attention. That not only made me angry, but it made me emotional. And I didn't cry much then. I can't think, not off the top of my head anyway, of me crying emotionally. Until last year, was it, when David, Jane, and Morgan held up their baby. And I don't know why, but it was just the sunshine vibe that child gave me. And it just filled me with joy. I love that kid. Other than that, I can't think, well, I cry a lot emotionally now, but more so in happiness, positive emotions, and I'm happy to say that. But prior to that, I didn't cry at all emotionally. I had came close a few times, but I always fought it, because I thought that if I did, I'd look weak, I'd look feeble, like I wasn't good enough. And when I went home, I almost cried. I fought it and won the fight. I didn't cry. But I went to bed that night, and I whispered to myself, because he isn't real. And I kept whispering that. And eventually, after whispering it for over 2 hours, I convinced myself that it was true. I didn't come back for about a month or two, I believe. Even though I was offered twice, I think. I'm not exactly was offered to come regularly. I was like, get me away from my family. Attempted optimism. I'm a natural pessimist. To this day, I'm a natural pessimist. So, I went and I started going regularly. I was a shattered avocado seed. And I love avocados. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to go to church, but I wasn't avoiding it. I wasn't avoiding it because if I avoided it, I felt as if that might give people the idea of I'm avoiding it because I don't want them to think that I'm Christian. And that'll just make them think that I'm Christian anyway, when I wasn't. But then again, if I didn't go, I would have to deal with family that I, at that point in time, pretty much hated. So it was a no-win situation. I had to suffer one way or the other. And after about 5 weeks, the first 5 weeks that I went there, I believe, when you all did that family, I refused to do it. I fought it. I wouldn't put my hand up. People would grab my arm and put it up there. I wouldn't say family, but I wouldn't fight them if they put my arm up there. It was 5 weeks before I even started to whisper it. Family. About 2 months into going, I finally accepted that this actually might be a chance at redemption for myself. I gotta sit down, I can't. And I was in a stage of me. And I still do look for things that will benefit myself, but not nearly as much as anymore. In fact, I actually think of what will benefit others, or at least the ones that I love. So I started to actually read like one of those little tiny little New Testaments. And I was like, this is such nonsense. But I kept reading and reading, and then I ran over a few verses, don't remember what they were, but they got me thinking. I think it was 3 specific ones, and I hate that I can't remember them. Like I said, I have a blurry memory than horrible memory that I have. Just in general, too. But those 3 verses actually got me thinking. Not believing, but thinking. Like, maybe he's real. Could he be? Could some guy really walk on liquid? Do what? So, I actually started to do a little thing. I don't remember what I called it, but I named it after my little friends. And it was like a little group that I tried to get some of my friends into, to see if we could actually trick each other into believing when we were in 6th, 7th grade. 7th grade? Yep. And it didn't work. It didn't work. I mentioned it when I first started coming. And I actually mentioned it twice, I think. I don't remember what I called it. But it didn't work. We couldn't trick ourselves into believing. And that's not possible. You can't trick yourself into believing something like that. It's like trying to tell yourself that water's red. Oh wait, didn't Moses make water red?
No.
Blood.
Why?
No,
The
it's one of the
river turned to
plagues.
blood.
Yeah, that was the
One of the
joke.
plagues. For the
Anyway,
Pharaoh.
horrible joke.
The Israelites.
But like I finally gave up on that little thing. So did my friends. I'm only friends with one of them now. But then I finally offered to pray in the youth group for the first time ever. And I stuttered at every word. And my stuttering isn't nearly as bad as it was then, but it wasn't bad enough to where I stuttered every other word, or every word. But I did that in that prayer, and I don't know why. Well, I know why. I was nervous. I was ashamed. For whatever reason. And I hesitated on one word because I didn't want to admit it. But I said it after a good 10-second pause, and I said the word family. I said, thank you for this family. And I don't know why, but I felt better after that. And that's when I actually started attending church regularly. Well, I kind of already was, but I didn't really want to. But I actually wanted to. I don't consider attending church being you going there and you don't want to be there. If you don't want to be there, then you're not really attending. You're just there. I'm pretty sure a lot of you think of it differently, but I consider people that don't want to go to church but go anyway dead weight. So I was dead weight at the time. It's my pessimistic thinking. Some might agree, some might disagree, but that's how I see it. You don't want to be there, and if you don't want to believe, figure it out. Either believe or don't. Of course, it's not as simple as that, but it's the best way I could put it without getting into theology. God, I don't want to do that. That's complicated. I then actually started talking to other people. The very first person I ever met at this youth group was Joseph. Where's he at? Is he here? No, he's not here. And at the time, Infinity War was the big thing, so we always talked about that. It's got the Infinity Stones, and who would die in the next movie. No spoilers, I promise, no spoilers. Batman died.
Oh my god.
Can't kill that.
I thought it was Iron Man.
Dude, I just said no spoilers.
All right, get back.
Alright.
Finish it up. Wrap it up.
Exactly. Skip a little bit forward because nothing from that point is important. And I made this analogy to myself, and I never really said it, but I realized that everybody here was once lost tiny little sheep. Little tiny avocado sheep. But the thing is, and I'm not gonna get into the science of it, luckily, because that'll prolong it even more to long notes. But if we started herding together and trusting Jesus with a giant stick, waving it around saying, go that way, hurting us. Not hurting, herding. Then we would become powerful, strong rams with little circle horns. And little avocado rams that can and would rely on each other if it was necessary. But we were also able to fight Satan's little herbivore wolves that instead decided to eat the avocados instead of meat. That's a pretty good diet, though.
Some vegan food.
I love it. All right, keep going.
Alright. And I'm gonna get a tattoo. It's gonna be an avocado. I swear to God I'm gonna do that.
All right, keep going.
Keep going.
So, and that's true. That's true. That is very, very true. With all jokes aside, I see it like that. And skip a little bit more forward. My aunt told me about priorities, and we're doing better now. We're doing much better. I hope I didn't just jinx that. Pray not. But we're doing better. And she told me about priorities. That exact day, I went to church, and Dave mentioned priorities. Wow. Coincidence?
I think not.
Yes, I was waiting for someone to say that. Thank you. And then I decided to try to get my priority state, and I said, straight, and I succeeded. Church was the #1 priority besides my personal health. That was a joke, don't worry. So, I'm gonna wrap this up with one little song, and I hope I can figure out that little doohickey right there. Yes, I'm aware.
You got this.
Thanks, Devin, for letting me borrow your phone.
Play the doohickey.
Welcome to All Tech Lansing. Our reading teacher had one of those, and every day she turned it on, it went, welcome to All Tech Lansing.
All right,
All
let's
you
have
heard.
this
Thank you for that.
That's this works.
Love the input.
He's just messing with his words.
I'm making hot apple pie.
Did you give it all to him?
Dave got him a mini one. And I put it in the microwave and I put ice cream on top of it. I have a really nice friend. But Finley wasn't him.
All right, his verse is Matthew, if you have your Bible back, Matthew 7, verses 18.
18.
You can start at 17 if you want. Matthew 7:17. It's also mentioned in Luke 6:43.
It's loading, don't worry, I'm not.
Okay, and then we've talked about Luke 6:45. It's one of my favorite verses. I learned that when I was in youth group. The mouth speaks what the heart is full of. Okay? So what comes out of your mouth every single day, you're talking about seeds, is what your heart is full of. Okay? If it's full of Fortnite, we'll talk about Fortnite.
Logan.
I got it.
So, I'm gonna let him finish and then we'll wrap it up. Go ahead, Logan.
This song means a lot to me. It's not only that, but it's one of my favorite bands. And it talks about not only redemption, but also pushing yourself back up when you get knocked down. It says, when I fall, get knocked down, I'll push myself off the ground. When my armor breaks, I'll fuse it back together, or some just like that. That's commercial.
That's amazing.
No, look.
Man, I love it.
Got a long way to go, got a long memory. I've been searching for an answer, always just out of reach. Blood on the floor, silence repeat. I've been searching for the courage to face my enemies when they turn down the line. I hear my battle symphony of the world in front of me. If my armor breaks, I'll fuse it back together. Battle symphony
The rest of it was just.
That's great. Yes, sir.
I just have one more thing to say, and this is personal. I hope I don't go on. I don't know how to turn off the computer. Interesting else like this. There we go. This isn't part of the scripts. I wrote it down, but it wasn't exactly part of the script. It was just to remind me on how much I really do miss this. This is not a family. This is more than a family. There isn't a word to describe what this is. And I believe that. It's more than a family. It's more than what anybody could ask for. This morning, when I heard someone else didn't want to come to church, I whispered to myself, really? Again? Or something like that. And it was annoying. But it was so much more than annoying. It was disappointing. It was upsetting. I don't know who that person was. I'd probably remember them if I heard their name. Possibly multiple names. But this is everything to me. This church. If I lost this church, I don't know what I would have. I love you all. And I wouldn't give the world for you guys. I love you. That's all I Hey, this was Tim Speaker.
Yeah,
All right, so after we pray and we do our family thing, please make sure you talk to Logan.
Logan,
So
faith and family.
good job. He will. He will. He will.
You still owe me a good time.
Alright, so I told them that this is Sunday school if you weren't there. Not this Wednesday, but next. You can make it this Wednesday too if you want. Bring a friend. Okay.
More than one, actually.
Bring 2 or 3, I don't care. Archdale friends. This Wednesday night, bring a friend.
This Wednesday or next?
Listen. Somebody brought you here originally, whether that was parents, a neighbor, right? A friend. Someone brought you to this church. Was it God? There was one family whose father just pulled into the parking lot and just started praying and said, Lord, I just need a place to go. Is this the place? And so now they come to church here. Okay, so what I'm saying is,
No way.
come on in,
Lisa!
Oh my gosh. Don't
You're late.
so,
Oh, Lisa.
come on. So, listen, bring a friend. Kaiser, what if someone had never brought Logan Kaiser to church?
Then we would have to be here listening to
Then you wouldn't have the amazing sarcasm I give you.
Exactly.
That's I can't live without
So anyway,
you fueled mine.
listen, and maybe it kind of goes into what we talked about this morning. You can impact your life. Your life, you are a light to the world. You are a light to the world, okay? So, change lives. I think ending our summer sessions on this is important for you to see as you go to school. Bring somebody. Your light impacts others. It impacts others and it saves somebody's life. Saves somebody's life. Okay, I am going to have
Hayden Bryant, Brett.
Yes, I am. See, he's excited. That's good. That's what I want to see. Alright, so he's going to pray.
I know him.
Then I want us to meet right over here and do our family thing, okay? Alright, so hey, you'll pray for us, okay? Bow your heads, please.
Alright, dear God, thank you for letting us come here tonight as we can all get together and worship in your name and this lovely talk that Logan gave us about how he's walked with you, Lord. And even though I missed some of it, I knew it was amazing. And I hate to miss it, but sure, if I asked him, he'd tell me more about it. And I pray for, I'm not going to say who it is, but the person that's missing church or whoever it is, that they would know that we miss them and that we love them and they'd come back. And how school's about to start for some of us in a couple of days. Please be with the people. That starts on a Wednesday. Yeah, you people. And thank you once again for just letting us be here and come together and worship you. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen. All right,
That was a direct target towards me. Phoebe.
It sure was a target.
That was a direct target at me.
It sure was. It sure was.
Good. Come right over here. Come on over.
That's so good.
All right, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Good. Come on over. Where's Kaiser? Go in the middle. Go, Kaiser.
Hey, where's Logan? I want him in the center. Come here. Kaiser!
Good.
Logan, you're the center, boy.
Get in here, sir.
Good. All right, we ready?
Logan, sing it.
Family out 3.
1, 2, 3, What song should I play for you? You want a special song or anything?
Oh, I want to sing.
Make sure it's connected.
Make sure it's something you can dance to. Give her a hug. She does. I'll tell you where he is if you give her a hug. He's outside. Okay. Hey, everybody get in line. We're in church clock.
Are you
Don't eat me.
I think you know what I'm doing too. Watch out, Murphy. I can't name this one.
Church mother in the church.
Thanks for teaching me, man. I did
it.
I need to post that on my Instagram now.
That was amazing.
Okay, Van, you're gonna send it to me.